Nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder, we have a game which will carry huge weight in this conference race. It's the Kansas Jayhawks and the Colorado Buffaloes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sideline, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
The Colorado head coach told me before the game he loves how his team has come out and dominated in the conference so far this season, but he understands the road gets even harder now. He's talked to his team about getting off to a fast start, that's important to set the tone here today. They want to keep that undefeated streak alive in conference play, but it all begins right now. We'll see if they can do it against a very tough opponent. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see. And the Buffaloes headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Kansas offense will go to work first. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And I'm just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Breaks the tackle. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick give. It's Dupree. He's got the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Mason. Hit as he throws. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
And that's something you're always worried about. The first drive, it's a good play by the defense, but you're worried about your freshmen settling in a tough environment on the road, the crowd going bananas. Palmer, he makes the early mistake, and I look forward to watching this kid. How does he respond to some early adversity?
Yeah, he hasn't played in a lot of environments like this throughout his career. There's no question. So this is obviously a major challenge. If I'm the head coach now, I'm pulling him aside, and I'm saying, hey, listen, interceptions are going to happen. Let's get that one out of the way now. Let's learn from it. Let's move forward. But as a play caller, you got to have to run the ball. You got to find him some easy completions to get his confidence back.
The run inside. It's Young. Oh, he's got some space. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. And the Buffaloes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. motion from the wide receiver. Here's Lewis to throw. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Bucks! The offense cashing it in on that drive. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the second.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He'll do it himself. There he goes. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. It's dropped after taking the hit. All right, guys, let's chat about Kansas. Good pickup on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star offensive lineman gives them a verbal, and this is the type of talent they need to get into the program and then develop.
Yeah, and this really was more of an emotional decision, I think, for him as well. He's been a fan of this program ever since he was a young boy, and now he's getting a chance to live out his dreams. As a 3-star, he had opportunities to go elsewhere, to play in better conferences against better competition, but this for him felt like home. Now he has a chance to go out and live that dream.
Dropping back, it's Mason. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. The Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Bucs offense ready to begin this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Just had to get rid of it. Guys, let's look big picture at Colorado. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head...
He's got it on the outside. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Buffaloes come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Turns up, it's Moore. Could not make his way to the corner.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force the negative play.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Looking for running room. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Play is stopped for a moment as they tend to an injured Kansas Jayhawk. That's the sophomore safety that the trainers are taking a look at. We'll let you know how he's doing as soon as we find out. Play fake, Lewis. Caught over the middle, it's Moore.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. And the Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. Tough run here, it's Young. Might have a chance. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The holding penalty will make it 1st and 20. From the gun, the running back has it. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Trying to get the corner. He'll keep it on second down. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
Really nice job of executing that time by the offense on the option play. Really nice blocking up front. And the quarterback there really had a two-way go. He could have pitched that. The pitch guy was wide open. But the QB decided to keep it himself. Down here in the red zone-ish area, he's able to make guys miss and take it in for the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Knowles. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. Breaks into the open. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Jayhawks have their offense in high gear. Running inside. It's Dupree.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Split backs here. On the option. The keeper on the option. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Jayhawks can really attack on this second and short. They send the tight end in motion. Wide receiver going in motion. Snags it. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. And the Jayhawks are threatening on first and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Kansas.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put together an 81-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll go to the counter. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Complete on the left to Williams. Breaks free, and he might be gone. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Hand it to the back. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. Both teams wanted to run the football. Let's see how these two guys are doing so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Throwing, Lewis. He lobs one high down the left side. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Oh, and you just feel kind of like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. He had him open, and he just overshot it a little bit. Man, those sting.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. 3rd down from the gun. Lewis. Going to take a shot at this DB. Got it. Touchdown, Colorado. He got a step and just dusted the field. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Kansas offense out there poised and ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Oh, he's got some space. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
And I think this is the part of the field where your alert should go up. Like, the radar should go up. These touch passes, like, to get to the perimeter. You've got the middle really secure with bigger bodies and more people in the box. So, nice job by this defense, seeing the ball spit out wide to a playmaker, being ready for it, and getting him on the ground.
Grabs it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Jayhawks rock out to start this drive. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Finds his man on the RPO. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Hits inside. It's Dupree. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Makes a grab. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Rid of it on the RPO.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
The Jayhawks with the 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. The ride. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Motion from the back. Using his feet. Got maybe a yard. 3rd down and 9 coming. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Mason. Gets rid of it. Finds his man. He's inside the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Not enough for the first down, and let's see what they do on 4th. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He gets a hand on it. That's a live ball, and the defense has it.
And how about the push from the right side to be able to get a little bit of penetration, move those guys back, and then just flying in there, laying out, getting your hands on the football, tipping the football, and getting the block.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is.
He's taking the shot. He's got it down the field.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Lewis. Here comes the heat. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll move the wide receiver. Lewis on the play action. Going for 6. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And here's the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Sets his feet, it's Mason. On the move, he fires. Makes the grab, it's Parker. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Straight ahead, it's Thurman. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. And here comes the offense on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, gonna throw it. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab at the 30. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. And the Jayhawks peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Oh, what a move to get room. Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain. Line getting set on second down. The give. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Keeps it himself. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, pressure's coming. He's going to take off. There he goes. He's got enough, and he slides to avoid the punishment, and it'll be a first down. Nice move there on 4th and short. Trying the run, it's Dupree. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for a man, it's Mason. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense picks it up. Touchdown, Colorado. The defense putting points on the board.
You know, they say sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, and that linebacker was. When that ball came free, he saw it immediately, was able to scoop it, show you the speed. He takes it back for a long touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Can't hold on in the face of the contact. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. They'll go to the air. A 5-yard pickup there leaves them with 3rd down and 5. The Jayhawks want to move quickly. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Under pressure. Wide open downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
and you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Second and long here. From the gun, it's Thurman. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Third and long right here. Got it, looking for the first down. They don't get nearly enough on third down. Fourth down coming from the 48. And the Jayhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Here's Lewis to throw. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. They'll need a bunch on second down. Lewis wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Holland. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the number 3 team, the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's the Red Raiders, able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet. But brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. And now back to your game in Boulder. What an effective job both of these teams have done running the football. Both have gone over 100 yards, and it's because both have committed to pounding the rock. Credit these coordinators with sticking to the game plan. And with that, let's send it back to the guys more than a mile above sea level at Folsom Field.
The Jayhawks will kick it away to crank up the second half. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. And he'll be hit immediately. No gain on the play. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. They'll run the counter. Powers through the defender. Turning it on. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun on third down, Lewis. Out wide left, it's Young. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
And the Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Long way to go on second down. Throwing, Lewis. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Left side is Bowie. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The Buffaloes will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Back to throw, it's Mason. They're all over him. He lets one fly deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is humming.
Wide receiver going in motion. Follows his blocks. It's Thurman. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Second and long here. In the backfield, it's Parker. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Looking for the edge. Keeps it himself. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Jayhawks are moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Thurman. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Snapped it in the shotgun. Got out of trouble and throws. Got his man. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Powers inside. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Jayhawks. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good. An 84-yard drive there. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. It's complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Trying the left side. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. And he got enough for the first down, but we'll need to check on that injured player. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. To the edge, it's Dupree. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeper. And he's in, pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
The AT unit on the field. Right down the boulevard. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pulls it. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Looking down the middle. Out wide left, it's Coleman Williams. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Running to the left. Quick spin on the ride. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Handoff from the shotgun. Stopped right there. It's 3rd and 5. Lewis. Going downfield for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Kick is in the air. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. The Kansas offense out there poised and ready to go to work. That was a big stop by the defense. Now to see if they can take advantage and draw a little closer in this game as we're starting to get late. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides on the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach.
Snags it, and there's running room. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. The Jayhawks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
To the air, it's Mason. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Making the adjustment on the play. Quick give. It's Clinton. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Complete to Williams over the middle. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the 1st down. On the move, it's Welch. Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wideout. They're going to ride this running back. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's Lewis to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quickly complete. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Neutral zone infraction. The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. Lewis from the gun on third down. Finds his target. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. Driving forward, it's Welsh. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He wants it all. Touchdown, Bucks! Quick strike through the air for the score. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Griffin. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Jayhawks rock out to start this drive. They'll move the tight end. Sells to run, looking to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Dupree. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Moves the pocket. It's Mason. He lets it fly. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man all by himself. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Sells to fake. Rushes on. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. He hurls one deep down the left side. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The run inside. It's Welch. Taken down. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. The give to the back. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. And the Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Leaves it in his belly. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Running inside, it's Dupree. He's got a little room. He'll pick up 6 out to the 13. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Mason. Catch in the middle, it's Dupree. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And the Jayhawks will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. On the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Motion from the wide receiver. Right back to the well. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Makes the grab on the left. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. Throwing, Lewis. He's going to run it. Quarterback gets past the marker. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, 1st down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. There he goes. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. They'll ride him again. Finding some room. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Buffaloes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. A 1st down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And they take it in for 6 more points. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. They marched the ball 51 yards for the score and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to throw, it's Mason. Fires to the big fella. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. The Jayhawks send out the punt unit. Trying to take it back. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Turning it on. Getting up close to midfield. Gets it to the 48-yard line before being run out of bounds. Right back to the well. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Takes the handoff. It's Clinton. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. 3rd and long coming up. Wide receiver comes in motion. Changing the routes with his receivers. On the ground with the counter. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outweighed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.